friends, so for today's recipe we're going to be making Quesabirria Tacos. So we're going to start by cooking our meat. We're going to need a whole onion peeled, 7 garlic cloves peeled, and 2 bay leaves. This is going to go in with your meat to cook. I used about 2.5 pounds of chuck pot roast. The recipe did call for 5 pounds, but I just modified it since we didn't need that much meat. I'm just cutting it here into thirds to get it ready to put into the pot. Place your meat inside the pot and make sure you are washing your hands after handling the meat. You don't want any cross-contamination. And you're just going to add all your ingredients inside the pot. Make sure you add salt to your liking. Once all the ingredients are in the pot, make sure to fill up the water covering all the meat, and you're going to let the meat cook on medium heat anywhere from 1.5 hours to 2 hours. We are going to need 12 New Mexico chili pods, 10 guajillo chili pods, 2 Pasilla chili pods, and 5 chile de árbol. Then we're going to begin to de-seed them and put them in a pot so we can make our sauce. Once we are done de-seeding them, we're going to add them to the pot, rinse them out with some water, and we are just going to put them on the stove on medium heat, add some water, and just let them cook for about 20 to 25 minutes. While our chiles are cooking, we're going to take 2 teaspoons of sesame seeds and put them on a pan until they're nice and browned. Check on your chiles and just stir them. They should be getting soft. Once you're done with your sesame seeds, make sure to put them in a bowl, set it aside, and we're going to get started for the next ingredients to make the sauce. You're going to need a cinnamon stick, and I use about 2 fingers worth of it, and I just put it in the bowl. Same with the ginger, just go ahead and cut 2 fingers worth of it, peel it, and set it aside. You're going to need 7 more garlic cloves peeled. Next, you're going to need 1/4 of a cup of white vinegar, and I'm just putting that in a bowl, setting it aside. Now you're going to need 5 whole cloves. Now for this part, the recipe did call for 1/2 teaspoon of whole black pepper peppercorn, but since I have the grinded one, I used that. Now we're just going to use 2 teaspoons of oregano. We're going to add 4 bay leaves. One to 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 2 teaspoons of thyme, Now you're going to want to go to your pot and grab about 2 cups of your beef broth. Now that you have everything set aside for your sauce, you're going to grab your chiles, make sure they're nice and soft and cooked. You're going to put them in the blender as well as all your ingredients you set aside. Before you put your beef broth inside the blender, make sure you strain it. Now you can go back to your pot and take out the onion and the garlic cloves. I need to strain my sauce since my blender isn't that great, so that's just what I'm doing. I'm just straining the sauce as it's going in so I don't get any chunks of what didn't end up blending. Now you're just gonna let it boil for a good 20 to 25 minutes, and then once that's done, you're just gonna wanna go in and take out your meat to let it cool down so you can shred it. Finally, this is optional. I'm just going in one more time and straining the sauce. That way I can get any final pieces that are just floating in there. As you can see, it was quite a bit. Now that the sauce is ready, I didn't end up transferring it back just because it fit perfectly in this little pot. I'm just grabbing 2 cups of the sauce and setting it aside. While my meat is cooling down, I'm just gonna put 4 tomatoes to boil. Make sure you wait until your meat is completely cooled down. Unlike me, I was burning my hands off. Your meat should be tender enough where it's basically just ripping apart. Once your meat is completely shredded, go to your tomatoes. They should look something like this, and go ahead and stick them in the blender and add some salt. Moving on to the final step, you're just going to grab your strainer for the last time and go ahead and strain that tomato we blended. Now we can add our meat into the sauce and just leave it on low heat. Now that our birria is basically ready, if you have any cilantro, onion, lime, now would be the time to get that ready, chop it up, and set it aside in a bowl. Now with the sauce you set aside from earlier, grab your tortilla and dip it in there, add some oil to your pan, and just let it fry in there for about 30 seconds to a minute, depending on how you like it. Once the tortilla has been cooked on both sides, go ahead and add your meat and your favorite cheese. Depending on your liking, you can take them out right away if you like them softer, or leave them in a little longer if you like them crunchier. Honestly, it's not hard at all to make. It is a little time consuming, but the results are so worth it. If I can do it, you can do it. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the recipe and would like to see more. I'll see you all in my next video.